Good afternoon, art buddies, and welcome to my channel, Free Collage with Pink Girly. Today I'm just gonna, do I think whatever. This is a little journal that I put together a week or two ago, and my goal is to fill up all the pages so I have a completed journal, which I don't really have. Maybe I have one. So that's the goal. Probably has too many signatures for that. It's going to take me longer than I anticipated. But I thought I would do a page or so in here. And then I've got a couple other ideas of things I might like to work on today while we spend some time together. So if anybody joins me, I'm going to pull up my stream here on my phone. There's Joyce. Good afternoon, Joyce. Just going to see if I can locate my stream. I did have a thumbnail made, but I don't know why it doesn't look like it's online. That's very strange. All right, so this is some fabric that I put, the backing, the fusible web kind of stuff. I mean, I'm so not a sewer on here. So it's very flexible and kind of got this idea from a little journal I purchased when we were on our vacation. So I want to try to, it doesn't really have a spine. They're just stitched in and maybe it wouldn't warp, but I'm just kind of jumping around. And this was just some old lined paper out of a spiral notebook that I got in a Goodwill. So I'm just, fussing around in it. So I called the stream this, that, and a bag of ephemera. So I just have bags of this all over the place. But I was cleaning up my desk and I just started to throw some things in here. So I've got this stuff, got a few other little bits here that I didn't pop in the bag. And I was, I guess I was in Five Below, maybe? I don't remember where I got this. I bought a couple of things. This was only $1. The other one I think was $2. I thought this was ephemera, but look what this turns out to be. I always tell my kids, you got to read the label. Well, I don't read the label. I wonder who they take after. But here it's ended up, it's a little journal. This is Heidi Swapp's things. And when I opened it up, the pages are all pockets with tags in them. I was thinking it'd be fun to try to make something like this too. So that's on my bucket list. Of course, the tags are just blank, but it's all coordinated. This one's stuck in here. Ruh-roh. There we go. So I think that's kind of cool. Yeah, they seem to be popping up all over. We have one real close to us now. I keep forgetting it's there. My husband says that's a good thing. I do like it in there, mostly for those shindig carpets. And this, I wasn't sure what this was, but I thought it looked interesting. So some kind of little banners that are made out of, I think, acetate. So I was thinking that might look cute on this page. If I can figure out how to get it open. Hey, Ange. It's quite warm here again today. Quite warm. These look like they'd be fun. Little funky fun. Oh, that one's scooped. Now they show it where they have them, overlapping and kind of layered. you could do whatever, right? And there's this one. Oh, it's not good. Mini avalanche. Like ephemera bag out of the way here. So that's kind of these like a little little pennants, little pennant flags. That's what I should call them. I don't know what you call this. These are the pointy ones. El Pointo flags. Garland. Oh, that's cute. I don't know how well these will stick down. Oh, that's really light. This has got like that's silly. You can't see that script on it. Words are gray. Another round one. This stripes. Oh, look how cute this one is. This one's got the pennants as well, but it's really decorated. So maybe what I'd like to do is get my pointy ones all together. Such a freak. Excuse me, this one's shaped different. This one's got a little, like a little mountain in it. And then there's two like this. Oh, I wonder if there's two of everything. There's two of that one. There's two shaped this way. Look at there, that's what it is. And there's two shaped like this. So I think they look fun. I don't know if I'll use them in this or not, or save them. Hey, Peggy, good afternoon. I think I have a sneeze coming up in my nose. I might save these for my bigger art journals instead of cutting them. Anyway, so I'm just going to do a little something on this page. I've got some stuff here, of course, book papers. My husband looked at my printer. I don't know, he's just got the touch. As soon as he touched it, it's been printing fine. I don't really know, Peggy. We were over to see her the other day, and she looked great. And my husband had a CAT scan done yesterday, so he was at the hospital. So we popped in to see her, and he said she looked terrible again. They were putting her on oxygen. And she's not been responding to my text messages, the nurse's station. The nurse the other day, well, my neighbor was a little more, at that point, I think a little more lucid. So she had given the social worker permission to talk to me. And that nurse that day was very helpful. And I talked to him several times. But she's got a different nurse. Yesterday, I couldn't get through to the hospital all day. The calls just kept dropping. So I finally thought, well, you know what? Maybe there's something wrong with their system. So thanks, Peggy. So I just kept hitting 0 and got an operator. And I said, is it me? And she's like, we're having our whole phone system updated. And she said, we've had a lot of trouble today. So she was able to get me to the nurse's station, and I talked to whoever answered the phone. But she approached my friend's nurse, and the nurse wouldn't speak with me. But the gal that answered the phone did say we've contacted her son. So I don't think that's good news. They were saying if they had to give her more oxygen, she'd have to go back to ICU because they could only administer it to a certain level. But I can't get any information. And I just feel like she wasn't eating. I just feel like it's probably her time. I don't know. So it's hard not knowing anything. I appreciate you praying for her. She's 96, And so it's just kind of like, not knowing anything is tough because it's just like a cloud. So we didn't go over yesterday. Well, like I said, my husband was there in the morning. We didn't go over the rest of the day because she couldn't really talk. So you hate to sit there and have them feel like, oh, they've got to, be social when they don't feel good and, she sucked up the oxygen. So that's a story there, which, just really no story because I don't know anything. So waiting for Hubs to get home from church. Yeah, yeah, I'm hoping it goes peacefully too. I'm hoping her son came up and that she's not by herself either, but that's a stretch. But anyway, I'm thinking I might cut this out, this image. I think this image is cool. I think I don't know if I'm remembering. You know the movie You've Got Mail? Is that the movie? I think this is the movie I'm thinking of. I'm pretty sure it's the little blonde. She was real popular for quite a while. Something about a butterfly was going by, and I'm sure it was on its way to Bloomingdale's to buy a hat or something like that. Yeah, hey Ryan, that's it. Yeah, thanks, Peggy. I don't know if I have the right movie for that word. Anyway, there's a movie where it could have been French Kiss. I'm pretty sure it was her, but I'm not sure I have the right. Anyway, so I wanted to use this Bloomingdale's. I think I might want to ink. I think I might want to ink. So I thought I'd work a page here in this book, and then I think I might work on some like artist tiles. I like having those to add to my pages and my journals. And normally I would do it differently than I'm going to do it today, but I'm just using bricolage. I'm just using what I have available. Hey, Shannon, are you keeping cool? Is it cool where you are? It's really warm here. And our silly dog, I just took her out. She just stares out at the dog, but the moles are back invading our lawn, and she just can't get enough of them. And she just sits and lays and sniffs, and then she wants to dig. So you can't just let her out there, and she won't do her business because she's so preoccupied. That's annoying, isn't it? So my husband will have to try when he gets home. She's just too busy to pedal, too busy. So what's everybody else up to? I really like this. This is from a certain book too. I've talked about that gal before. I never remember the names. Stoddard somebody. Oh, I love her books. Oh, this babe's got high heels. I'm gonna trim her out. Trim her out. Yeah, our neighbor was supposed to come home yesterday, and then she had a turn for the worse. So it's not like we can call her son. He's been very unpleasant in the past. So I don't think he will tell us anything. So Peggy is creating a glue book with a half size composition book. Oh, I love those. Is it one that opens regular, or is it a flip up? I have some of those flip ups. I can't believe how many views my live got when I did the glue book thing. I'm still just amazed. I guess a lot of people are interested in that. Oh, it's side opening. That's cool. I don't have half size that opens that way. I got to get back to some of this stuff. But I get out here, I get fussing around. I'm very easily distracted. So easily distracted. I think I'm going to cut that thing off. I guess I could always glue it back on if I want to, but I don't know that I need it. And I think I want to cut out there. So let's see. Yes, I have a little cutting board here. I've been working with some double-sided carpet tape. In fact, I just ordered a narrower width because I'm using the 2-inch. And oh my gosh, does that stuff gunk up? Number one, your scissors. And number two, silly me, when I first got it, I tried stitching through it. I'm thinking, why am I having this problem? Yeah, well, I'm such a little dummy. Oh, I think my knife is in the kitchen. Isn't that funny? My knife is in the kitchen. My X-Acto knife is in the kitchen. I'm going to have to go get it. I don't think this is sharp enough to cut this. Now let me just go get it. That stuff is really heavy duty stick. While I didn't even think. It is a human thinking. Oh my God, I had to throw out my sewing machine needle. It gunked up all the thread. I get it after all, but sometimes it just takes me a while. I'm thinking, Lori, and you've told me about 6 times that your mom got a new car. It's very nice. Hey, Candy. I would like to get, well, I wouldn't have to have new. I would like to get a new car to us. I think it's time for our car to be replaced. But my husband thinks I'm silly. Let me get my X-Acto knife. So I had this out at the kitchen table, using it to cut just strips of the double-faced carpet tape. Oh my goodness, I just couldn't believe how strong that stuff is. What color did she get, Ange? I usually ask that, and I didn't ask you. What color car did your mom get? Our tire pressure indicator keeps going on. And our one nephew's a mechanic, and he said, because we've had tires replaced, my husband checks the pressure in the tires, they're all fine, but the light keeps coming on. Light gray. Oh, that sounds nice. My daughter would like that. She loves gray. Um, so we were at a family function with my husband's side of the family, and we asked our nephew, what do you think? And he's like, well, it could be your spare. Well, we never thought of that. We thought, oh man, that's great. What a great idea. So Ron checked the spare, and sure enough, it was low. Put air in that. The light went out. We thought, oh man, problem solved. And a day or two later, it came back on. Hi, Jacqueline. So it's just like little things like that start happening, after you have a car a little while. So I'm ready to unload it. Okay, so that's kind of weird. All right, so let's do this high heel here too. Cut this out. So I had made quite a while ago now some what I call artist tiles. And I thought they turned out really cute. But I had a big, heavier board of, it was probably more than 110 pounds. I'm having so much trouble keeping my thumbnail on. And then I just, cut them the size that I wanted. And that worked out really great. But I don't have any more of that. And I was somewhere and bought pre-cut mat board that's cut into, I guess they're 3x3s, most of them. So, I just put my trash on the floor because I moved my trash can. Just call me Julia Child. Uh-oh, there goes my... To say it's been one of those days is an understatement. Let's get that trash can back under there. So I think I'll use those tiles, which are pre-cut, which makes it a little more of a challenge, I think, to do the little tiles, but I think it'll still be okay. And it'll be fun. All right, so I have this little bit that I want as a background. Maybe I should think about putting some paint on. Let's get rid of this trash. So, if you have anything you need for me to see specifically, just put it in caps. That's okay with me. And I think I'm going to cut this where it says bloomin'. Bloomin'. Go for it, Jacqueline. I'm going to put bloomin', and then I'm going to put Goodale's over here. And then my husband had all these bushes and trees and stuff that he bought. He was working on that project for church. And I said, "Oh, do you need those?" And he's like, "Well, I need to give the what do you call it? Like the landscape guy at the church the information." Oh, you're in a swap? Oh, cool. 2 more days. That's it. Candy's holding your feet to the fire. And I said, "Oh, well, let me have what you don't need because I would like to use them in my journal." So look, this is the one he bought was called Miss Molly. I'm going to put that on here somewhere. Good golly, Miss Molly. Good golly, Miss Molly. I usually color Christmas all the time, all year round, but I haven't. I've been trying to work on some crochet stuff. All right, so this might look cute over here. I'm going to take off this bottom. I'm just fussing with some of this. And I've got that hole up there. Not crazy about that, but not sure there's much I'm going to want to do with about that. I need some longer. See, I've got stuff everywhere, all over the house. I really expected my husband to be home by now. He probably went to do some grocery shopping, and he never asks me what I want. Maybe I'll trim that straight. I don't necessarily want it to be a pocket. I could put that there and cover up that hole. I'm just trying to think what I want to do behind here, because I think I might have to rip off this thumbnail. I think it's still loose. Oh my, I put this on 4 times. I don't know whether I have too much oil in my regular nail. I feel like I'm taking my time. Spotted. That would look funky, huh? I'm just pulling all different stuff. I always seem to go, oh yeah, I want to use some of these. I got these from Brooks Recreations, I think she's called. Is that how we say it, Peggy? Brooks Recreations? I didn't have to put her name in. This is the first time I got these, but they look cool. These are stickers. And I guess she drew the images and then makes the stickers. So, oh, look at her. She's cool. I want something bigger. Oh, maybe they're just cutouts. I thought they were stickers. They don't feel like stickers. Maybe they're just cutouts. I just can glue them down. I really like that one. Oh, that's cute. Oh, that would look cute up there. Oh. Flowers. Like her. Guess some of these are repeats. Repeat and repeat. So this is going to be a very eclectic spread. Very eclectic. Let's get my mouse out of the way. We don't need the mouse. I don't really feel like I want to do more stencils. Maybe I could stamp something. Ah, the light bulb just went on. All right, so let's get this jazz off. My ephemera bag just will not stand up. All right, I want something. Okay, so let's get physical. Let's get our little, thanks, Peggy, recreation. Oh, I had it backwards. Recreation, not Brooks Recreations. Recreations by Brooke. Thank you. So if anybody's watching now or watching the replay and you'd like to have some of these, just follow that link that Peggy put in, and Brooke will get you what you need. She will do it. All right, so I've got the little circle stamp. I've got this heart that's kind of cute. I've got a bunch of stuff just here in the drawer. So I'm just picking out some stuff I like the way it looks. And open drawer number 2. I don't think I want that. I don't want that. Oh, I do like this one. Artist Journey. I might have too many words on here. Can you have too many words? Can you really have too many words? I don't know that you can. Are these just little blobs? They look crooked. Well, I'll try it. I'm just wanting to fill in a little bit. Oh, maybe some crazy letters. Oh, I'm going to put this on. Holly Dalton gave me this. Merci, because she knew I loved French things. So let me put that on. All right, let's see how that looks once I get going here. There's a little star. Stars and hearts, how big can they be? Okay, so I'm going to just start stamping stuff. I was thinking about yanking out a napkin too, but I didn't do it. I love this little circle. Now, this is mostly all going to be covered up, but that's okay. We like some layers. Now, if you weren't here, this is just a little journal I put together a couple weeks ago because I want to concentrate on working in a journal and filling up the pages, all the pages, and have it, be all fat and chubby and filled with, fun things. I don't know what this one is, but let's use it. Say, yep, just little blobbers, little slobby blobbers. I'm not really thinking about this too much. I'm just stamping. Now, I didn't pull out, which is all right. I'm also put some of this on while it's on there. Look how filthy I did try to clean some of that off. I think it's this way. Just plopping some of these stamps over top of each other. Just trying to fill in some of that white space. And you might want white space, if you're working on a project. That's white space is good too. But I was thinking I needed a little something. Don't be afraid to stamp off the page, do a partial. I don't think this sticks to my block anymore. I don't know what the trick is. I know Judy says to clean them with a glycerin, but I just don't do it. Let's see. Let's put this one this way. cool. I like that. Okay, let's see. These are my mother's initials, F.A. Francis Alice. That's not going to stick on there either. It's going to plop. Look, it's going to plop. My mother's last name was Uncle, so if she didn't use her middle name, which she never did, her initials were FU. She got a kick out of that, gotta tell you. She was on a bowling team for years, and she would just use her first and last initial just to see how crazy she can make everybody. She was a funny gal, my mom. Ornery, you might say. She was ornery. All right, I think that might do. That might do. Put all these little stamps off to the side. I'm going to put this, I think, here. Or I can always trim the edge, right? And I'm going to put that gal there. I'll say. So these are just, these aren't stickers, right, Peggy? I don't know. Did you get some the same day I got some? Or did you already have some? I'm going to trim this white edge. Boop. Oh. Yeah, don't do too much and sit down. Put your head back. Not being dizzy all the time is so oppressive. Let's get rid of that. Yeah, but are they actually stickers? Because I don't think there's anything sticky on this. Maybe there is. Wait a minute, I'll check it. I thought that's what they were. Just got a little color here. I thought that this was what they were, but I don't see any telltale signs. But you know what? I'm going to end up putting my arm in this ink pad. Let's cover that up. I've got a little separation here. Maybe I'll be able to check. Oh, yeah. Look. It is. Oh, baby. Look at that. Okay, I want her up here. Yeah. She's cool. All right, then I'm going to put, maybe I'll put Bloomingdale's that way. I really kind of like that over here. But I was going to use that flower. Maybe I won't use it on this one. Oh, Dr. Angie's giving her orders. I'm always calling my husband Dr. Ron because we just had a healthcare person here. They come and they do an in-home thing. She was very nice. And my husband was telling her he cut back on some medicine. And she said, well, why did you do that? And he said, well, I was having, and she said, well, that could be the problem. In other words, take your medicine the way it's prescribed. If you don't want to take it anymore, you want to try something else, and talk to your doctor. Don't just stop doing stuff on your own. You're a good doctor, you don't charge anything. Well, it's not all about the money, Ange. I would say most of them have a reason why they do what they do. And our doctor, our general practitioner, he seems open to suggestions, or if you're not happy about something, he'll make an adjustment, or, let us try something else. Sometimes I don't mind the white edge. Other times, I just feel like I want to cut it off. I should be using smaller scissors. I know she does, honey. It's just incredible that they haven't been able to pinpoint what the problem is for her. Okay, let's see if I can get. All right, I'm thinking I want to put this up here by her head. All right, now if anybody has any interest in playing along, if you have any heavier cardstock or heavyweight watercolor paper, and you might like to make some artist tiles, I'm going to be doing that next. If you want to get your supplies, I think I'm going to use some watercolor. Yeah, I think I like it over here for some reason. And then I'm going to use stamps. All right, let's get this stuff down. Maybe I'll use a glue stick. I was going to put that off the page, but I didn't, did I? Okay. So let's get her down. This is why people go like this, because it's hard to get those little spots. What's upside down? Oh, this? They're all different ways. Thanks, though, Ange. I put it the way the little tents are pointing out, if that's what you mean. It looks like I didn't get any glue here. I just don't have much luck with. I couldn't get her to go, hon. She's just laying out there sniffing them moles.
Oh, no, come on.
That's bizarre, but I think I like it. I think I like it. I love these butterfly bushes. We have a couple. My husband doesn't care for them because they get what he calls very leggy. So he bought some dwarf ones, so they don't get real tall and they don't, lay and flop over in the garden. They stay up nice, and the little blooms stick up in the air. They look real pretty in the garden. Look, her legs. None of that glue I put on there is sticking. See, this is why I really, very infrequently do I use. Oh, look what's on that side. I guess this was a game card. The glue stick, because I can't get it to work for me. I felt like I put a lot on it. Yeah, we had one at our old house that was like that. I mean, the blooms were beautiful, but they were always laying down. Mr. Gardner doesn't like that, doesn't like it. You don't use them either, Ange? Oh, I forgot to use my holly stamp. I'll put that on. Whoop, whoop, whoop. This notebook had like a red ink dot through a lot of the pages. I'm trying to cover that bloop up. Okay. Ba-bum, bum, bum, ba-bum, bum, bum. I got these other little flowers. Split. I don't know. I was thinking about using another one of those girls. Yesterday I was working at my desk and I kept saying to myself, Lori, put the cap on your glue so it doesn't explode and come, shooting out the top. But every time I looked up, no, I had glue oozing out of the top. I have the attention span of a gnat. Hey, CB. All right. I'm going to get my, I think I'll put a Mare C right up there. Mare C. I want this to stand. Oh my gosh. I have my ceiling fan. What, it just blew something off the shelf. Oh, I did it and you can't see it. Let's put another one. That's a little better. Oh, let's put a couple of these little stars. I think I want to go around the edge again with one of my crayons. What else? What do we call them? Distress crayons. Now her kneecap is up. It's a Brook sticker. It's a Brook sticker. CB. It's a Brookie sticker. What color do I want? Oh, I got to glue these down. That one. I didn't do this one. I pulled out some of my flowers from her too, so maybe they would look good over here. Yeah, I hadn't seen them before. I thought they were darling. These are hers too. Okay, I have the wrong glasses on to do this, but don't watch, Ange. The other one came off pretty easy. I think it's my eyes. It's my eyes. Got it. Got it. Yeah, it looks cute. That looks so cute. Okay. Now, oh, there's my voice. Maybe I'll have some peel paint and some rusty hinge, and then I think I need like a brighter color too. I usually like to do 3. Maybe festive berries. Although I do like this orange, which kind of would go. Yeah, let's do this. This is the crackling campfire. So I'm just going to scrub around the edges. I just want to put something under here. And just a little something under here. I'll grab anything. If you're not moving, boop, boop, boop. All right, so let me start with this. I'm just doing it. I'm not pressing down real hard because I'm hoping I can get it to blend and not make, lines that I can't blend out. It's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping. Maybe I should do some green around the bottom here. And I think I'll use a paintbrush today. I have one right here in my water. I'm going to take off, a lot of excess water. And I like to go around and hit all the same colors first, and then rinse, and then go back and do the other color. And then rinse, go back, rinse and repeat. Oops, I wasn't going to do green, but yes, I am. I think I missed that one. And now for the rusty hinge. It could be done a little better, I'm thinking. See, up here's the only one that really kind of, the lines. All right, I'm going to dry that a little bit because I want to put a little more on. You don't have to be this fussy, but it's just, I can be, so. Probably some of that color in the food going to be good. I wonder how this would look if I did, Hi, Tommy. Congratulations. I just saw that you hit 1,000 subbies. Good for you. Put that on there. That's exciting. I'll put a little bit here. Maybe I'll put a little under her bum. Under her bum. Probably getting carried away here, but that's what's fun, right? Doing little things like this, and then all of a sudden you go back and look at it and think, oh, that looks kind of cool. Or you think, yeah, well, maybe it'll look better tomorrow. And I'm thinking about doing one last thing, which is really a crazy idea. I was rooting around looking for beads or something when we were together, I guess last week. And I realized there was something in my one drawer I had forgotten I had. So it's a little, you're welcome. I'm sure. It's very exciting. She's moving on up. Okay, that looks a little sloppy-ish, but it's all right. That's okay. All right, so I think I'm going to put a little glue on, and I have these things that puff out glitter. I know. People are going to say, no, don't do the glitter. But if I can find it, there's an empty one. They were right here. It's not like I have little people who get in my things and move stuff around. Bitches. Now, I haven't used it in a while, so I'm hoping I remember how to use it. Did you ever see one of these? A glitter duster. Hey, there's Andrea. I missed somebody coming in. Oh, there's Kathy. Hi, Kathy. Welcome in, girls. Welcome in. I'm going to add some glitter just because I just really I like it. And I have this little puffy thing. And I'm just going to put some glue on with my brush. Put some over here, Bloomingdale's. Let's put some over here. Not a lot, just putting some. I'm guessing some of this will stick. I don't know. This is just, guess it's more empty than it is. Then I'm going to have to let it sit, So supposedly, you just pull this little wand up and poof. Oh, poof. It's like a little pump, and it just puffs out a little tiny bit. I guess you can keep pumping it, it'll, puff out more. So it's kind of controlled. And then this just goes back down the back of the drawer. So I'm going to put this aside. I'm going to call that done. And I'm going to let that glitter dry, and then I'll just, shake it, and knock it, bang it a little bit in my trash can if there's any loose glitter. All right, so that's in my little journal that I'm wanting to complete. And I have a ton to do in there. So now I was thinking I might mess around a little bit with these tiles. Now you can certainly use a big board, which I think might be easier. And then you could cut the sizes. Avalanche. I had this stuff stacked on top. So these are called art squares, and they're made from mat boards. I got this at a thrift shop, and these are 3x3s. I don't know if this one somebody had put different sizes in, or I did it. I don't know, but these are nice and heavy. Now this is not watercolor paper, so I'm not sure how this is going to end up, but you can see how thick they are. So I'm thinking about just putting on some watercolor and maybe spritzing it and then doing some stamping, and then I'll see. I'll just see. I will just see. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it looks like, because I'm wanting to get this stuff out of my drawers. See, I must have had a couple. I don't know whether it was a combo, like somebody used parts of a couple boxes and put them all on. It doesn't matter. I don't remember. It doesn't matter. But see, I started to do something with these. So I just have these 2-inch ones, and then these are 3-inch. So I'm going to work on these. So I did have that water over there, which now I messed up because I was farting around with the glitter and the paintbrush. So cap up my glue. So the first thing I'm going to do is, this is just mat board, right? So I guess I could dampen it a little if I wanted, and then just see what happens. Candy would probably know. It's probably not going to go too well for me, right? I think I'm going to go get clean water in my little container here. I think that might be wise. And these are watercolor brushes that are here. So, but it's just to start creating a background. So I'm going to go get clean water in here, and then I'm going to come back. Some I probably am going to wet. I'm going to pull out some watercolor. Not probably. I'm going to pull out some watercolor paint and go for it. See where we end up. All right. Just give me a few little minutes here. Okay, that didn't go as easily as I thought. I guess you're supposed to take, I have this thing that's supposed to hold your brushes and then hold your water. And I guess you're supposed to take it apart to refill it. So I just dumped everything in my sink. All right, now, see if I can get some of these drawers to close so I can get into my watercolor drawer. I have these scribble sticks. These might be fun to use. I don't think I've ever used these. You know, wait, I wanted them. I had them on my Amazon list. My daughter got them for me. I just don't know if it's going to leave scribble marks, but I'm going to go ahead and try some. I can always switch to regular watercolor, right? All right, let me push these together a little better. Some of these colors are pretty bright and kind of cool. These are more drab. Has anybody ever used these? Oh, these have some cool colors. Okay, let's try some of these. I just keep tossing stuff off to the left and hope it doesn't come a tumbling down. This little geyser. All right, so let's try some of this. Maybe I should do one first and see how it goes. How's that sound? So I'm just scribbling on some green. I'm not using a lot of pressure because I just don't know. It feels kind of sticky. I'm not sure why. And then I'm going to put on some yellow. This teal looks lovely. And then there's this darker blue. Not sure how any of this is going to move. Okay, here we go. You have the King Art ones. Do you like them, Candy? Now, see, if you were using a bigger sheet, like say a 9x12, then you would just put this where you wanted and then decorate the whole thing, right? And then just cut. Yes, very creamy. Cool. Yeah, these don't feel so creamy, but they look like they're blending pretty nicely. So that doesn't look too bad. Let's use... Yeah, I don't think that's too bad. I mean, it's kind of light. I might add some more to it. Some red, and let's get some orange. See, the problem with this is, I don't know where I'm going to use them. So these colors are not necessarily colors I use in a journal, but sometimes you'd like a pop of color. And I could trim these and cut these too and make them smaller, right? I could make them inchies. Let's see what happens if I put like a, if this blends, maybe I'll get some kind of like a purple. And then we'll go deeper here. All right. On this one, I'm just going to go, maybe I should sit that aside while it's drying. This one, I'm just going to go from the corner right down. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Now that's what I'm talking about. Okay. It's not too bad. I do want to see what will happen if I wet one and then just add on some watercolor paint. So let me get out one of my little, I'll get out my little Jane Davenports. See what's in here. And, all right, let's just, I don't want to think about it too much, All right, so this one I'm going to wet the surface. Now, like I said, if you just popped in, this is not watercolor paper. This is matte board. Matte board. It really doesn't even feel that wet. Wonder if this will drip. I'm missing what we're talking about. Sophia and I were both laughing so hard we could. Oh, was Sophia on? See, I just have my brush really loaded with a lot of water. Oh, not Sophia. Yeah, I don't have my glasses on. Thank you. Sala. Sala is in Finland. I don't think I know Sala. I think this is just water. All right, let's do this. I put a lot of water on this one, just see, because the other one really, I guess it soaked it up so much, didn't really produce much. Let's see. So I'm just messing around, just trying to get some different looking kind of backgrounds. Now I have a lot in my brush here. I'm going to add this here because I wanted to darken this a little bit here. No, I'm just making what I'm calling art tiles that I can add to a journal page for maybe a pop of color. And the hairs are coming out of my brush. I didn't pull out or look for, because I had the idea in the back of my head and I thought, well, I don't know if I'm going to do it or not. So I didn't pull out my samples or things that I've done before. But the ones I did before were different sizes, and I stamped on them. I might put a button, or some other little thing on there. And then I might just glue them down on a page or a cover. Now you can also do this and make it real wet like this and put a piece of saran on it, mash it down, squish it around. That kind of looks cool. Maybe I should do one like that. Where's my saran? While we're doing it. Oh, heavens. I think this will work just as well. But we'll see. I have a plastic bag. My saran wrap. Oh, there it is. Okay, I see it. My room is so warm, so I've got the ceiling fan on, and oh my gosh, it's blowing everything. I've got it really cranked. All right, so there's a piece of saran wrap. I want to get this really juicy. Let's give it another little spritz, see if we can get it. Then you just squish it. It shouldn't take too terribly long to dry. I usually rush everything. Move that off to the side. All right, now let's see. Let's do some. I need a paper towel here. And I'll just leave those alone. Oh gosh, I love bread. Well, I like good bread. Like artisan bread. I don't know what color this is. That might work. Bagels. Yes. That, you know what, Andrea, you are a good friend. See, somebody that's willing to do that. That's wonderful. It's wonderful. That blue I use kind of dull things down. Let's say, oh, this is brighter. Yeah, let's do this. Now I'm just scribbling. I don't think everybody would do that. It's just awesome. I would say you're not often going to get an offer like that. I like the hard, crusty breads. My husband likes the soft, gushy stuff. Ugh. That might not look too bad. Now let's get something on one of these little guys. I'm going to add some purple. Now, of course, if you have a certain project, you might want to stay within the color palette of whatever you're working on. Which would be cool. Now, I think in my one little spritzer, I have alcohol. So I'm going to dry this one and spritz it and see what happens. Oh, really, Joyce? I think we have an O'Charlie near here. And people that live in our community, like my husband goes to these card clubs. So he likes people and talks to people. And they're always telling them that they really like eating there, and that's really good. But we haven't gone in there yet. Maybe I should talk them into doing that. All right, heat tool. What's my time like? 1:30. Does anybody know if Tanya's on today? Coming on today? I'm assuming she is. Oh, they're soft. Mm. I don't know if she is or not. I'm just asking. I have no clue. Usually, if Julie Parker's here, she knows. I don't want to stay on past 2:30 if she's going to be on. Of course, the ball game just started. It's kind of a rubber match today. Okay, so let me see. This one's kind of blah, don't you think? So let's add some additional green here. We'll just see if we can deepen these up a little bit. And this brighter green we'll do here. And we'll do some of this pink. So that looks like a watermelon slice. Anybody know? Does anybody know what I mean when I say a candy? Years ago when we were kids, it was a watermelon slice. It was like a gummy thing, and it was covered in sugar, and it was like pink and green. Anybody remember that? Oh my gosh, my sisters and I love that stuff. My bread needs to be crusty, and then I will remove the middle. Or basically, you want the crusty crust. Don't they call that crackers? You remember those? Yeah. I would like to suck on one of those right now. All right, let's see. What else am I going to do? But if I don't stop doing this, we're not going to get much else done. I think I want to spatter something on here. Oh my gosh, you know what I love? I love the saltine crackers with butter. Ooh. Or in warm milk with a lot of butter and salt and pepper. My dad used to eat that. He called it milk soup. Oh, I don't have enough. Oh, look at that. Oh, I hit a couple things I didn't want to hit. Oh, that turned out cool. Happy accident. Yeah, you can still find it, but I'm trying not to eat that stuff, but that's just that coloring here reminded me of that. I'm a sugar face. Sugar monkey. Oh, 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 oh. Now, I have to figure out what stamps I'm going to use. Now, I want to leave this open because it's wet. Let that dry before I put it back in my storage spot that I have for it. Just finding a place to leave it sit open is a struggle. And put these back. Now, certainly you could doodle on these. You could collage on these. You could stamp. You could, paint images, like a tree or flower or whatever. You could do all kinds of stuff. I'm going to stamp. So I don't feel like thinking about a whole lot. It's kind of cool. I wonder how that would look on that blue one. So I've got some flowers in a pot. So some of these, I've got the stamps I was using earlier. At least I think I do. Now I'm going to use my stays on because I want it to stay on because I might be doing other things on top of it. I think I want some eyeballs. I don't know how good this stamps anymore. I might try that one. At least one of the eyes. I might try that. So they need to be dry before you start stamping. Oh, I was going to spritz one with alcohol. I think this is alcohol. I really do not remember. I could smell it and see if I can Might be. I don't know if it loses its oomph after it's sat a while. All right, I'm going to put these up over here because I don't want to necessarily spritz these. Don't want to spritz that. I'm going to try to just spritz this way. It doesn't seem like it's doing anything. It's not working either. That's not water, but I don't know what it is. It's not, and it might be because it's the map board. I don't know. Oh, there's Judy. Hi, Judy. Judy says, when I was a child living in our farm, after harvest each year, we had a picnic and we filled a clean horse water trough with ice and put a watermelon, cantaloupe, and containers of berries and pear. Oh, Judy, that sounds delicious. Delicious. Okay. So I used to have alcohol out here at my desk. I don't think this did too much. Oh, this didn't really work. Well, maybe a little. Look, it's getting bowed from being so wet. I didn't think about that either. So that's really got to dry. That one's saturated. Well, all the different things that keep coming up on my feeds, they're saying a lot of exercise doesn't take care of your belly either. It's what you eat. Just saying. Look up a gal by the name of Meredith Shirk and listen to her spiel. It's what you eat in combinations of food, they say. Woo! Sorry. Oh my goodness. See, that's still not dry. All right, let's pick a drier one and get started on something here. There's another flower. Judy said, we grew most of our own food and you can really taste it. Yeah, for sure. My dad's tomatoes. Oh my gosh, I haven't had a tomato like my dad's tomato. We would go right out to the garden, pick it, take the salt shaker out with us. Oh my gosh, what I wouldn't love to do, be able to do that again. But those days are gone. I'm thinking this pot might look really cool on this one. I'm going to use the navy, the midnight blue from Stays On. Maybe I'll concentrate on just doing one from this point forward. How's that sound? That sounds like probably a smart idea. And then what I do when I'm finished is I put a high gloss sealer on it, or say like a triple thick, or even the what is the epoxy stuff that you mix together? Oh, resin. And that just kicks it up a notch. I mean, they just look so good when you do that. Okay. You're a good woman, Candy. My hubby makes his own, especially if you're dizzy. Making that sandwich is going to make her dizzy. All right, so I think I could use a little. Now, when I make these, I want to keep in mind that if I'm going to put them on a a journal page, it's already got a little bit of extra thickness. So I may not want to build it up too much as far as, buttons and stuff like that. Just depends. And, I could always add that stuff when I determine where I want to use it. See, look, I got messy. I got ink all around the edge here. I don't really want that on my card. Hopefully I'll make a good impression. I'll just push down on this back side. Well, not too terribly bad. All right, so let's focus on this one for right now. So I'm thinking those little flowers, I'm thinking some of my Wicked Stella might look cute in there. If I could find I think this is the clear. I'm thinking the gold might be fun. That's clear. Two clears, and I have a gold and a silver. Of course, I'm finding everyone with the gold. This may not be super sparkly, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try it on those little dots in the center of those flowers first. I didn't get too good there with my stamp. All right, let's do this ribbon. Looks like a ribbon. I could use a second coat. Of course, I could put glue on there and put glitter. I should probably wait till that dries. I'm disappointed with those. Okay, so I've got these little loopy loops down here. I'll put some gold in those. Some of them I'll have to freehand because I didn't press hard enough on the center of the stamp. I have a hard time talking when I'm doing this. And then there's more looks like a ribbon here. So I'm going to do that in gold. Now I'm thinking I should outline those little loop-de-loops, but I don't have navy, so I might have to just do that in black, see how I like it. There's another ribbon. Usually I do a couple of these, and by the second or third one, I'm kind of like in my groove. And then I kind of like the way they all look, but I'm not so crazy about this one right this second. And of course, like I said, I got half of my design didn't stamp because I didn't push the middle down. Wouldn't it be cool if there was glue in a brush? Does anybody knows our glue brush like this? That would be cool. And then you could really get the glue where you wanted it and put glitter. Ooh. Oh, oh, oh. Now, maybe I should close this up. I'm just trying to think what else I might like to put on here. I kind of like these little spots. Now I just purchased, and I think they came. What did I do with them? Gosh, I have stuff come in the mail, and sometimes I don't even open it because I know I want to use it, but not for what I'm working on at the current time. The Signa, thanks, Ange. The Signa white pen and a black pen. They write really well, so my black dried up, so I ordered others. I thought I opened those up, but I don't see them here. Because I was thinking a white circle around that on that edge might be really cool. This is a jelly pen, but that's some kind of gold glitter. And my pencil, that's not going to do it. Hmm. I think maybe a sticker of some kind might be cute. Like I have those flower stickers that are, it's just like an outline. I think they're in here somewhere. Somewhere here in there. I think I want the white, not the black, but let's just see. Oh, I'm here, I might have to pull out Black. Oh, maybe that's why. But you can keep adding stuff, right? Well, I found the white ones a little too easily, I guess. So I don't see what I did with the black ones. Here they are. Well, the lighter ones are not really white, I don't think. I think they're more like a cream. Let's just see if you can. Let's see. Like I would trim that if I use that one, so it looks like it's coming out of the pot. It would be nice to find one that was like a border or a trim. Let's see what the black, I think the black might be. Honeysuckle. Gosh, Judy, I haven't thought of some of this stuff for a really long time. Mm. Now, not this flower, but what do you think? The black or the lighter? Oh, this is pretty. Let's see. The black or the white? Well, it's not really white. The light one. Let's see if I can find something similar to that. My dad used to call them flags. And says the black. What's anybody else have an opinion? I found them. Oh my gosh, they were right where they're supposed to be. What are chances? That's so unusual. I don't know why I insist to do things without my glasses on. I just don't know when I'm going to get over myself. All right, now I have these other pens. This is a grabby acrylic marker. I'm thinking about doing the circles, the little circles. Let's see. Now let's see. All right. I don't know if I can hold this steady enough. It's like I don't breathe when I do this kind of stuff. So that worked okay. I'm thinking the white might be a little much for, let's see if I can get it to, ooh. I think if I did the flowers, I was afraid I couldn't get them to look like petals, but it looks okay. And then I was thinking about over here, just start doodling it up. Thanks, CB. I know when I was a kid, I knew kids that did that. Their tongue was out when they did stuff. Can't think of who they were right now. I don't know why I kind of hold my breath. Thinking I might need white around these. No, maybe not. This is not as thin as I thought it was. Okay, nobody but Angie voted, so we'll do black. If I cut this stem off of this completely, I can do this one and then draw stems in, or I can do the irises, which kind of might be a little too tall. I have to unearth a small pair of scissors. I hope I have small scissors. Of course I don't. Got everything in the other room. Oh, maybe in this big bin. Do 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 do. Okay, I'm trimming this off. Right off. It's going right off. Now, I have a very small work area. And I just throw things and then I can't find them. Here we go. Hmm? Now I'm going to take a black pen and draw stems down into the pot. Okay, so we had a restaurant around here years ago called Roy Rogers. Maybe they were across the country, I don't know, but they closed in our area. Haven't had one near us in a very long time. Well, somebody just opened up one near where our son lives. Of course, he's a picky eater, but he liked Roy Rogers, so he wanted to go get some chicken. And he went to go and told his dad there were 100 people in line. So he didn't wait. Oh, I forgot the plastic is there. So let's see if I can get just even like a little hint of a stem. Just so these don't look like they're floating in air. Down here, I'm going to put pink girly. Now, I think other than putting that shiny stuff on it to make it. Oh, you did, Candy? I remember going there, but nothing that, like my son has such eating issues that he remembers everything he liked and where you could get it. You know, it's like a thing for him because he's got a problem, basically. Okay, I'm thinking I need my Sharpie pen to like go under that line. This Signet writes really nice, but it's really kind of thick. Let's see if I have one here. Oh my goodness, look, I do. I just want to darken that a little bit. That looks better. That looks much better. See, that's what I need to do here for my loop-de-loops, where I didn't get the stamp. It's still a little heavy. Looks better though. I go do the ribbon. Hey Debbie, I'm thinking little flatbacks in the center of those flowers would be fun. I'm just looking around my space here. I'm not sure where oh, there it is. My flatback container. I thought it disappeared. I think maybe a little pink down that corner might be nice too. Let's see. Oh. Let's see if I have any little flatbacks that would fit in that little tiny spot. I just spied this pink crayon. This is worn lipstick. Worn lipstick. Oh, I don't want to use. Oh, that's right. I left my other brush out of the sink. I think I need a word on there too. Some kind of a word. And the word of the day is. Since I put that pink there, pink might be nice. Wonder if I can get these without. All right, I just had there. Let's see if I can do it with. Now, these, of course, have sticky on the back of them, but I don't know how well they'll stick. But I'm not going to fuss with glue right this second. I'm going to see if I can get them to stick. Now I'm going to have to paint my high gloss stuff, around that. Didn't think about that till just now. Oh, goodness. So if you do something like this, don't do that. Put these on last. You really bling it up all the way down the side. Yeah, put them on for now. Now, where's my little box of words? Let's see what we got. Okay, so, and then I'll be able to skedaddle. Wonderful, marvelous. And we've got lovely. You were meant for me. Family, abide, restore. I like this one, but I think it's too big. I like that French address. I don't know if you can see it. 38 Rue Bourbon 38. Believe. Oh, how did you get that fancy font, Kath? Oh, you're getting a storm? Oh. Well, here's another one. 62 Rube Turbigo. 26. Oh, I just love those. Hey, Janet Nash. Hi, good evening, good evening. Or look, I'm going to tear this. Oh, Janet, those little things you're doing with the fabric and the little bits. Oh my gosh, they're just so wonderful. And that little envelope, I just saw that little envelope that you made. Anyone here that doesn't know Janet Nash and her channel, and Kathy's got something. I didn't watch Kathy's yet either. Kathy was picking out stuff for a new project. A lot of these girls here in chat have channels and they have good stuff. Check it out. Whoop. All right, now I gotta find my dauber again because I just keep throwing stuff. That little cloth envelope was so darling. Yeah, Kathy's Calico Kate. She was doing some cool stuff. All right, so I trimmed that down. Oh, I see my daughter. He jumped all the way over here. Yeah, I've kind of been preoccupied and just sitting in a stupor, if you want to know the truth, really. All right. So just like collage, you can just keep adding stuff, but I think that kind of looks cute. So I'm just going to stick it on. And then when I put the, I might have to pick those little gems off because I really forgot about that. I think I want to put on, I've got the quick drying resin. So I think I just will put some of that on and mush it around, and I can sit that out in the sun and it'll set up. Because I don't have a light anymore. So now, not originally, but earlier I said, if I could really cut these smaller and make them any shape that, I want. But this one, obviously, I decorated completely. And I just was concentrating on finishing the one. So except for making it shiny, I think it's pretty much finished. Unless I get some other grand idea. Now this one here, I remember when Mary had the hops and we would hop around to different people. Thanks, Janet. I did something similar to this. See, you can see those lines in there. You can go back in there with your Sharpie pen or that like a Sigma pen and just draw those shapes and then go from there. And then you could do little doodles in each section and kind of make this like a what do they call that? Zentangle kind of a piece, Well, if Tanya's here, she comes on at 2:30, right? If she's around. So let's see. Okay, so this is thicker, which might be okay. So let me see. See, like I see this line here. This is still really damp. So you can just do the whole board. Now, this didn't show up real great for me. I think probably because it's not watercolor paper. When we put the cellophane on, the cellophane on. So it looks a little funky now, but once you start filling those all in, and then you could come back in and do little doodles in each individual little section if you wanted to. Kel must be having a good time. She went to Kettle Cove today. Usually she pops in. So this is kind of funky. Yeah, it is relaxing. as long as I don't expect too much of myself, and when it's all said and done, I think it will look cool. You could color these lines in too. I don't see too much over up in here. I'm going to switch to my Sharpie marker. No, Sharpie pen. I'm so sorry. And say like here, I can just do little circles. And then I can color in around them. You could use different color pens and stuff. You could do lines, could do all kinds of things and like just fill this in and leave some of them empty. And then when you put your triple thick on that or your resin, and that just shines, so it would look really cool. Is Carol out? Carol's got to go. Oh, thanks, CB. I should say Carolyn, not Carol. Okay, I'm going to scoot too, guys. Okay, thanks for joining me. So I worked in my journal. I just knocked it on the floor. Okay, so now we have glitter on the floor. I'm going to tap that in my trash bag real quick. So I did that earlier. Just trying to fill up my pages with stuff that I like. Little ephemera things. I kind of mimicked the cover from a journal I purchased when I was on vacation. So then I did this. We did this together. And then I just started skipping around. I guess it really doesn't matter because I don't think this is going to affect the spine, but did that today. And then I think I did this by myself. This needs a little something else, I think. And then I think we did this one together. So, just fun stuff. And then we worked on some art tiles. That's what I'm calling them. And this was pre-cut mat board that I picked up at a thrift shop. And so this one I finished. That could look cute on a cover. Could look cute on a journal page. You might not want it to be 3 by 3, but that's what it was. So I left it that size. So, oh, thanks, Candy. So there you have it. So these weeks have been crazy for me. I'm just not sure what the next day is going to bring. So, I'm hoping to stream on Tuesday evening. But it really kind of is just going to depend on what's going on with my neighbor and if she's still with us or not. I just may not, be up for it. So we'll just see. But I'll leave a message on my a post on my channel. I don't think she's doing well. She hasn't responded to our messages, and the nurses won't tell us anything. But they did say that they've contacted her son. My husband saw her yesterday morning, and she was supposed to come home yesterday, but took a turn for the worse, it seems. And so I'm not expecting her really to come home. So we're just kind of waiting, Yeah, she's like a second mom, So, all right, guys. Thank you for joining me. John, it was so nice to see you. I hope you have a good rest. Thank you all for chiming in and chatting. That's nice. It was good to see Candy. So she's still feeling, not great. So keep her in your thoughts and prayers for sure. And Ange was here, and it's nice to see everybody. CB and Flo. Gosh, I love you guys. Thanks for coming in. And putting up with me fiddling around. I enjoyed it. And don't forget, if you like those stickers, get a hold of Brooke, because these are really kind of cool. She can get some to you for sure. So enjoy. Hey, have a good week, right? And don't forget, take time to be creative and enjoy the journey. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye for now.